Thank you very much, first of all, for having us here. So they've given us the ask of the last session of the day, and then they made it so tricky. They had Rohit and they had Sandeep, the best of the day, perhaps. And then they pass on this mic to me to say, close the day. Now, this is like, just like the topic of ours. I mean, the topic says the future of work and workforce transformation, unpredictable. You didn't tell me that you'll have such a great panel. You didn't tell me that you'll have such a great audience. And you didn't tell me you had such a great day. And then you put me here. So nonetheless, since I have a great panel with me and I have such a great audience, I'll be more than happy to navigate this session for you. And I assure you that in the next, maybe, I hope we have the same schedule. We have about 50 minutes. In the next 50 minutes, we'll try, ladies and gentlemen, try in bold and italics to be able to decipher the future of work and workforce transformation. Because if there's one thing that we are unsure of, apart from Mumbai's rains and Mumbai's traffic, is the future of work. 2015, I went to one of the conferences in Mumbai. I came to Mumbai from Delhi. I'm a Delhiite. And the topic was future of work. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, accelerate 25, future of work, workforce transformation. So one thing that has not changed is the number of events. They're going up. And the ambiguity around the future of work and workforce. All those of you that agree with me, give it up for both your hands. Thank you very much. So as a prep, and this panelists are very, very impressive people. They gave a lot of homework to themselves via me. So you got it, right? So we were discussing about what do we pick up in this forum today. And I'm impressed with the data that I have done a little bit of research. So World Economic Forum's 2025 Future of Jobs report, ladies and gentlemen, by 2030, I quote, 39% of core employee skills are expected to be disrupted, even as 78 million new jobs emerge globally. Point one to be noted. Point two, 5 generations will increasingly overlap at work, and only 40% of the respondent companies feel that they are equipped to communicate effectively across this age band. And 6% leaders rate that they are capable of managing the generational differences. Look at the data. McKinsey mentioned in their recent report that the rise of gig and fractional work is going to be a major disruptor, and that's going to be perhaps leading to what is called the fluid contributor model. I'm just throwing these data points so that we definitely get your attention and that this is going to be something interesting. Our traditional matrices for performance, for talent, etc., was set for synchronous in-office work. But now, fast forward, hybrid, asynchronous, digital first, only 32% employees feel that their performance evaluations will now be fair, given this trend. And look at Gallup's latest engagement data. It says that only a quarter of the employees feel genuinely engaged, and that emotional investment is increasingly becoming fragile in the workforce. And finally, before I get into the discussion, Deloitte's 2025 Gen Z and Millennials survey reveals 86% of Gen Zs prioritize purpose at work, ladies and gentlemen, and 74 expect Gen AI to reshape how they will work within a year. And therefore, the ask from this panel and the elaborate audience is that we reimagine. First of all, I'm sorry, we imagine. Then we reimagine. We bring up new perspectives. We look at bold designing. We look at agile implementation. We unlearn, relearn. We adapt. We accommodate. And last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, we empathize with each other, because everything that we are talking today is very, very fluid. On that note, I will now steer the conversation with the colleagues that I have. Deepa, we spoke about the fact that there is fluid contributors. I thought till recently the only thing fluid was liquid, but there are fluid contributors now. And these fluid contributors are because of the rise of gig, freelance, and fractional workforce. Do you think this trend will break away the permanent thinkers or the permanent employee-employer relationship? Over to you.
Thank you so much. I think first of all, big round of applause for our moderator. I think he really brought all the audience alive.
Thank you. I wish my wife is listening because this is endorsing her decision of 26 years back. No, this has no relevance to my age, by the way, nor hers.
Great. So, hi. A very relevant question, and I think it's already happening. If I talk about this gig working and fractional, or you talk about the long-term or the legacy worker, this kind of a trend is not only for in the future, if I talk about 2030, but I think I'm seeing it's already starting. I represent CHRO, and we are in a circular economy and a very sustainable kind of work what we are doing. And I can tell you from an example, and even my own example, that how we are working at different level. I keep laughing at times that I'm not signing on the contracts, but I'm signing on the accommodating letters. Because, one of the worker or one of the person that she comes only 1 week to the workplace, remaining 25 days, or, she's operating from Mumbai. There is another person who only operates for 15 days. Then we have some of the interns, specifically from IITs, whom we involve in our projects. They work with us for, let's say, 3 months or 6 months, on-site internship. Then they are doing from their campuses, because their course is going on, they are doing that internship, continuing from there for 3 hours, and we are just making an expectation setting kind of a paper and giving to them, so how to track, because we are paying them, and how the work is happening. So it's amazing the way, because one is the kind of skill sets are required. Now we are, as an employer, if we think that we are in that stage that we could be very choosy about people, we are living in a different world. We have to be very adaptive. So even, trust me, I am negotiating even with a third-year intern, because I know that person is my key for any AI or an machine learning, a lot of innovations, a lot of marketplace platform we are preparing. So I know this guy is required for me in the next 2 years. So I'm ready to give him the 2 hours work, 3 hours work, or anything. And I'll share my own personal example. 2 years back, I was working as a gig CHRO for 2 organizations. I was running my own entrepreneur Manasa Mitra, which is a corporate wellness company. So I used to have 4, 5 email IDs, and one was Dubai-based company, and other was in Delhi-based company, and third, my own entrepreneur venture. So I was a proper gig worker for 3 years. So I think that's the way the future is going to be. 100% we can, but yes, the institutional, I call it institutional, legacy employees, especially in our field like CHRO, where we have 45, patents, NASA accredited. I need some solid R&D guys who are there with me for last so many years, because innovations like DRDO and all, they can't happen in a day. For that, so I think there would be a right balance mix, not in binary. They are going to coexist. That's what my personal experience.
Imagine that coming from a defense person about gig, fractional. I mean, imagine if you were ever with the defense and saying, I'm fractionally with you and half time I'm with somebody else. This is amazing transformation. And therefore, what I gather, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is going to be the way forward, and hence all the HR, learning, talent, OD, practitioners, IR people here in the room, a lot of frameworks, a lot of processes, a lot of ways of working will evolve, and perhaps have to evolve, because as they say, and I'm sure, we've seen the evolution of chargers of phones, it started with the single pin, multiple pins, U, C, whatever the aspects are. You can't use the earlier ones now. So how can you therefore use the frameworks that one was hitherto using, ladies and gentlemen, that perhaps will not exist when this thing happens? I'm going to turn this to Disha. Disha, look at the conundrum that we are in, where we know that there's something coming. We know we can't predict it. We know we have to be yet ready. I mean, I'm surprised. This is like the most difficult thing apart from taking a U-turn from the airport road to the Leela, because you don't ever know when the turn comes and disappears. All of you that have taken the turn or will take the turn will see that. That's on the lighter side. On the important, on the more serious side, is that therefore, how will we ever ensure that employees are emotionally invested? Because I have a fractional investment in your organization, just like the two people in the panel who are not on the panel right now, but are there on the picture. So they're emotionally not invested because they're not here. That's a joke. But what I'm trying to say is that you will have to reimagine the entire aspects of emotional connect, and perhaps never, ever, thanks for them that who laughed now, but I'm sure you got it. So when you're not even meeting physically, so how do you see, Disha, this entire thing changing, evolving, emotional connect?
That's a very good question. See, if I'm saying like, yes, we need emotional connection with the employees, I mean it. That's the mandate part, like, nowadays the Gen Z generation is coming and people want more modern culture. Some of the people want, the standard culture in the working. That's a big dilemma right now as well. So that is the big question, like how we will get our employees get connected emotionally with our organization. So we can do like we should have a virtual visual board for our employees so that they should get more engaged. We should have a weekly agenda or weekly shoutouts for like what they achieved, monthly goals, yearly goals, quarterly goals, whatever they are achieving. We should have that wins factor in the company, and we should have visualize that complete data, on a software like of course it should be run by the AI. So that's the better way to get emotionally connected with a person with it. And that's a big thing I would like to say, like if some person is sitting in California and I'm sitting in India, so how that get connected? So that's the big question. So the better solution what we can do is, as I said, like we can bring a visualization, we can use the modernization, we can bring a Gen Z generation, because Gen Z generation really don't want to sit for long hours. They don't want that 9 to 5 jobs. They want some productivity. So we should use the productivity tools, and many more things are there. So in that way, we can really get emotionally connected with the whoever, wherever employee sitting, even he is sitting in California, that's not a big concern and big deal.
Thanks. A very important point that perhaps has come to the forefront is that even if there's minimal physical, interaction, even if there is fractional digital presence, the experience of that time that you spend together should be such that it creates some sort of investment. And investments happen when there is true intent, when the purpose is very clearly visible, when there is true intent. And whenever there is true intent, be it as good as or small, it's important that there's genuineness. So one of the things that perhaps will, and may I take the permission of the panel to mention that genuine intent will definitely be tested now, because there is a different way. You don't now have 35 years of long service or 30 years. You have perhaps 5 months of work together, that too twice a week. So that's it. But still, how do you connect? And therefore, the aspect of purpose is going to get you connected. So that's an important piece. Bala, we hear that there are 4 and then soon 5 generations at work, and we have already tested the aspect that the future of the work of the workforce and the work is evolving. How do you think organizations can design policies and processes, tech interfaces, cultures that enable psychological safety, mutual respect, and perhaps performance parity? Because now you will not be able to evaluate 2 people. And I'm sorry, and by the way, all of you will definitely applaud on this one, that one thing that I'm sure will happen now with the future of work is that the bell curve will not have any cats to bell, because they're going to be spread across. First of all, there are no similar cats on dogs, whatever we can call them, including myself. And then what will the bell curve do? So you'll have to have individual 1:1 performance evaluation, and therefore individualized, customized performance, reward systems. So Bala, let me get your thoughts on that, please.
So typically we are getting into the 5 generations, right from the traditionalists to the boomers to the Gen X to the millennials to the Gen Ys and Gen Zs and the alphas now, literally. So, we are in a situation where almost all these 5 will be in the organization. So typically we are looking at an organization which was built more on a legacy to transform into an organization which is looking at competency. So the inclusiveness becomes a very important aspect, because traditionally grown organization somewhere has believed that, I'm your boss, you believe me, you will achieve it. And things stopped there. And people were ready to be that loyalty, sincerity, ethicality, everything was there in it. But as the generations change, they want to know, what is the purpose of the organization? What is the vision? Do we have a mission? Do we have values? What am I heading here for? So typically, salary is not going to excite them, but they have to be co-creators in the organization. They don't want this organization structure by itself. They want it to be valued. They want to be recognized for their competence. They want more of transparency in the system. So all these traditional aspects that we were looking in organizations somewhere has to change, which means inclusiveness is what I believe. Those who believe me have to believe. So when the organization is able to create that kind of a vision, that kind of focus where the goals of the individual are directly linked to the vision of the organization, instead of trying to look at a hierarchy or a structure, where you are able to identify the competency of the resource, then there is a possibility of coexistence happening in the organization.
A very important point, Bala, that you brought about is the aspect of co-creation. I think today is the time, and perhaps the time has started already, it's ticking, is that it's about co-creation. Because when I and you both don't know, then I cannot tell you what's going to happen. We should perhaps explore together. We should be vulnerable. I think a beautiful point by Sandeep and Rohit about vulnerability, that and I cannot evaluate you, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm not sure of what I'm supposed to evaluate you on. So it is going to be important to now be willing to learn, unlearn, adapt, accommodate, and at the same time be vulnerable. So those structures will have to be fluid. Those processes will have to be real time. If any of you comes from the era of version control, version 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.21, you will soon see that happening very frequently. And I'm going to be perhaps, imagining that, look at the aspect of, or the nuance that it's here and now, it's real time. Digital presence is what you said, leaderboards, digital presence, virtual cockpit, and then there is aspects of trust, there is aspects of parity. I think it is going to evolve. It is going to evolve, and maybe panel. I'm going to be a little provocative here to the audience, and I'm going to maybe perhaps ask the audience, if you don't mind. I'm seeing that if I don't do that, they will all lose battery very soon, because some of them are on WhatsApp, and they perhaps will not be able to entertain themselves on the way back. So, ladies and gentlemen, a quick rapid fire on one question. The core currency of skills 2030. Give me some names. What is going to be the skills for 2030? Workforce 2030. Any takers, the first ones, thank you, will definitely get Fox's candies on your desk from me virtually. So, ma'am, future currency of skills 2023. Can somebody pass on the mic? Only management. Management, it is the core skill, and you mean the entire gamut of management. She's summarized it, and there's no other answer to be taken, but we will still deep dive. Sir? Speed of learning. Okay, fantastic. The front benchers have always proven they're the best, but I want to reverse that. Yes, please, ma'am, sir. Okay, from here I can only see some wonderful heads. No, not the leaders, but heads. So, yeah, yes, ma'am, yeah. Adaptability, okay? Sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, don't worry. Don't endorse. Just stand. Yeah, please go ahead. I'm sorry? Interpersonal skills. थोड़ा नया लाओ यार, 2023 है, 2030 है. Come on. Okay, so since the audience has gone silent, that means that the top of mind recall will fail here. It is 2030. We're imagining. And to assist you in that, I'll invite maybe Deepa. What do you think are the skills of 2030? Help us all. While we don't know, all of us, we admit, but we'll get cracking at this.
That's a really,
Mic on kariye.
So the core skills which comes to, thank you so much, which comes to my mind, and we are only talking about, we are at 2025, 2030. And I think I'll go back to my defense days, and which will never be outdated, is situational awareness.
In fact, you know what? I steered this question to you because I wanted to get that defense perspective.
Thank
Trust
you,
me, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that has been tested by time immemorial is defense.
Thank you. And you know why I'm saying that? Because today's session, in the morning session also, this word which came up, and I was thinking about it, it was about the contextual clarity. So it's nothing but basically critical thinking and your ability to apply when there are crises. Or in even a normal, when people talk about business acumen or something like that, we in defense, every day morning briefing only used to be about situational awareness. We all used to cover any incident which has happened previous day. Let's say a flying happened, one flying incident or any accident, the person would cover. It could be a radar error or anything. And in the morning briefings, that used to be covered, and the context used to be, how did you respond? What actions did you take? And how did you manage it? It was not that you putting things under the carpet, but the skill was when you're everyday practicing, whether it is related to an HR, whether it is related to sales, how you handle a difficult customer, you handle a exit employee or anything. So what exactly matter is your situational awareness, and that comes with your critical thinking. So critical thinking or this will never go out of fashion, whether we talk about 2030 or whether we talk about 2025. Specifically, see, data is everywhere. We all are talking about data, and there is so much of AI, and which is absolutely true. Remember when Google came and we all used to say, Google Baba, anything we want to know, we can take it out from Google. But tell me, how many of us can actually say, everybody have the similar kind of Google literacy? All of you have Google access? You can just type it out, but how many of you can interpret it beautifully or take out the gyan or the crux? That's where data or AI will always be there, but the human element which always come through your critical thinking and how you are applying it. And that is where your situational awareness comes. So for me, these two skills are very
Lovely.
important.
When everything is getting artificial and artificialer by the day, situational awareness is very important, and then coupled by critical thinking. Disha, your two bits. Yeah, please.
I want to add on because as per I said before, like everybody will be like, somebody's working from somewhere and somewhere. So data visualization will be the game. So those who would be learn data visualization techniques, how to build the powerful dashboards, how to inculcate AIs into it, that's the best skill you can learn. And you should go for Power BI, advanced dashboard systems, and most demanding job, mostly in 2030 or beyond, I can say, we would hire the people who are aware about these AI technologies, who can do the drastic changes in the organization, what they are working into, by using the AI technologies. So AI certifications should be there, and they are the skills everyone should adapt it immediately.
So technological, awareness, aspects of being one up in the latest technology, deciphering it is what I think she's giving a overall perspective. Bala, 2030, currency of skills.
Management was an excellent recommendation by one of them, because eventually all this leadership to everything will sum up to a point where, how do I manage the resources that I have, which means be it the human resources or the financial resources or the marketing resources, whatever, eventually management plays a very, very key role. And the 5 years from 2025 to 2030, there looks to be a monumental growth, both in terms of technology as well as the human element involved. So which means as much as technology is evolving, equally the human intelligence is also evolving to take it to the next level. So there is going to be a lot of competition between the artificial intelligence and the human intelligence. But I have always recommended that any AI is a result of EI, and the EI has begun from I. So which means the individual plays a very key role in any kind of a new technology that is going to evolve.
Absolutely brilliant, Bala. I was in a panel a couple of days back and we were talking about AI, a blessing, a boon or a bane, you know. AI is only as good as used, just like any other thing. So if you or us do not take strides faster to be able to use it well, then I think it will be another technology wasted, or it will be another technology that surpasses human expectation. And I invite you for this nice little aspect that AI also says that artificial, I'm artificial, it's A and then I, so artificial intelligence. So you'll have to be using technology and we have to be fast at it. It's changing by the day. At the same time, one important point that I'd like to humbly submit from the panel side is that now our productivity can be enhanced, because all routine, mundane, basic, pedestrian, whatever words you want to add to, can be offloaded to your artificial intelligent, bots and your assistants or whatever, your virtual assistants. And therefore, since we have more time, and since we have more, perhaps, the human side can be now used better, are we going to make good judgment? So 3 things that came to my mind that perhaps could be currency of 2030, ladies and gentlemen, is empathy, judgment, and collaboration. Empathy, because it's important to be in the shoes of the other person. Judgment, because ultimately it's AI. The I has to be you, as you rightly mentioned. You have to judge and then use. I don't know, in our school days, there was a Hindi saying that nakal ke liye bhi akal chahiye. So I think it's important that, and the last is collaboration, to collaborate with each other in technology. Bala, I'm going to come back to you. I have something important for you. Leadership, the wonderful lady mentioned management, has thus far been too hierarchical, slow, too corporate, and it comes from the legacy that we've been seeing, centuries. But then leading Gen Z and Gen A is a different way of leadership. How do you envisage leadership changing, leadership models changing? Because any of the OB or leadership books, it takes us back to the 1800s, 1900s, and are they relevant now? Can you lead a Gen Z, Gen A by the models that were taught to us? With due respect, they are wonderful models to read, but are they contextual? Bala, your points on that?
Yeah. See, the old ways are not going to work any long with the 24-year-olds and the 26-year-olds in the organization, because their thought process itself is, as I mentioned at the earlier point, it's more to do with collaboration, more to do with recognition, because this Gen Z is wanting recognition. They really want to get valued. They want to be felt that, yes, you're important in the system. It's not like I pay you, you're there to work. That thought process itself is completely gone today. They're not saying, you want the work to be finished, work will be done. Give me the time frame. Give me what is the logics you want to apply. Let me do it from home. Let me come back to office and do that. Wherever I'm performing, I need tangible results to be showcased. So it's not like you're just saying, I didn't see you performing this month. Because now they'll ask, validate it. Where is the OKR suggesting it? Where is the KPIs leading? Where is my performance management system showcasing what I've learned, what I've implemented? And in fact, as I consult a lot of these small and medium businesses, I tell them the habits, behaviors, the attitudes, the accountabilities, and the approach to the team is what the Gen X and the Gen Zs wants to be looked at. Not just about, you are there in the system, in 3 years you will become a manager, in 5 years you will become a general manager. Nobody even wants that hierarchy in the system. As long as I am there, I need to be valued for what I am in. So value creation is a very important aspect in leadership today.
Absolutely. No two doubts about it. And therefore, Bala, seemingly we're still fixated on where work happens, where they're thinking about how and why work happens. So that where and how and why, it's a important aspect for us to consider. What do you say?
No, very true, very true. Because the idea of, how a Gen Z will handle a risk, how they will mitigate risk, all that concept is gone today. The VUCA is a concept that everybody is looking at. Okay, what is the volatility of the issue? What is the uncertainty there? What are all is the, issues that is created because of it? So these are the aspects that the current generation is looking at. So asking them, how do you handle a risk? They're not going to say, let it come, I'll handle it accordingly. So that's the...
Please.
So,
Please feel
to add, this multi-generational thing is basically is very close to me in terms of that. 10 years back, I did a big workshop on this. And even that time, this was so pertinent because that time Gen Y was coming up. And now the dynamics are changing. And what you realize, you quoted that McKinsey model, that 86% people are looking for the purpose. And actually, that is where we Gen X and specifically see baby boomers are almost out. They are going to be little out in a few years. They are more on a consulting role. But when you talk about the 4 or 5 generation working under the same roof, the thing which is going to actually differentiate and where the Gen X, the people can actually make them motivate is the sense of purpose. And that's where, like, for example, I'm talking about, I'll quote Tata in terms of that, like we are talking in sustainability and circular economy. And, we call ourselves as sustainability ambassador. We talk about cleaning Ganga, cleaning river. We talk about that. And here we are talking about cleaning the earth because the e-waste is such a big nuances. And trust me, I get candidates, I get so many people from, the CVs from IIMs and IIT who are already working in terms of that, and they are coming out with some kind of innovation and sharing with us. So then I realized we never had that sense of purpose. But this generation, their sense of purpose is amazing. And then again, I'll go back to defense. Sorry, you can't take out defense out of a veteran. So, please remember, when we join forces, there is no money. You can be killed anytime. What used to be the one thing which used to motivate us? Sense of purpose. That's what bind all over the world. It's not only in India, but it's, wherever any soldier is volunteering to join any armed forces in the world is a sense of purpose. So it is never out of fashion. So that same thing, if the sense of purpose could be brought into that generation, how we could create, because we are at the senior position, and how could we show that path and the light to the Gen Zs and the Alphas? I think the trick is done. And that's where accountability, kind of lies with us.
Oh, no two doubts about it. When there is sense of purpose, it's important. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you to ask you this.
I have one related to this question as well. The thing, like, as you said, Mr. Bala, like you said, like everybody would be like they would like to work virtually, right? So according to me, it should be hybrid model. Because according to me, what matters where we are sitting, what ambience is, right? If we are going to office, so that would be might be we are sitting in conference room. So, it really matters, the energy what we are getting, right? Right now we are sitting here. So like everyone is really very interested in, this topic. So according to me, hybrid model will work better.
Thank you. We will certainly see that evolving, I'm sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 5-7 minutes. The MC, who's a wonderful person, is, prompting me, nudging me. They don't have a screen. They got a person to do that. They're fantastic people, lovely people. But we have 5-7 minutes. I'm sure I'll be able to borrow 5 more from him. He wouldn't be so conscious on time. But I have 2 models of operation now. Either I can continue this discussion or I can throw up some questions to you. You can give your perspective. That way, we will co-create. The answer lies with you. Co-create or do it on the stage? Wonderful people, silent people, lovely people. What do you want me to do?
They are working virtually, right?
Co-create. Shall I involve you all? Lovely, ma'am, you're already involved. Others, please. Oh, lovely. Okay, I think they need to get involved. All right. So here's a question for the audience, because it's us. It's not me and you. It's us. So when I think we can start here. Look at this this aspect. Do you think total rewards? Okay. We have to transition from equal and fair to personalized and adaptive. Show me a throw of hands. Respond to me. Talk to me. Give me your views. Total rewards, fair versus personalized and adaptive. Yes or no? Yes or yes? Yes. Yes or yes, please? Yes. Thank you, sir. Others, please? Okay, yeah. What? Yes means what? Both the sides, nahi, ek hi side. Either fair and equal, or perhaps personalized and adaptive. What do you think is the future of rewards? Personalized and adaptive. Personalized and adaptive? All the ladies and gentlemen for personalized and adaptive, please show me your hands. Wonderful. That means you were listening to me earlier as well. Lovely. All those who say that personalized is also fair, because it's personalized. I'm not taking away fairness. Yes or yes? Lovely. That's a nice audience, just like the MC. Okay. The second aspect is, we find, ladies and gentlemen, that the retirement age, 58, 60, whatever, however, a lot of people that have retired, superannuated, are on boards. And with this fractional workforce, with the longevity of age, with the awareness of health and wellness, do you think that retirement age should be revalidated? I mean, I'm not nudging it to the government, but I'm just asking, because we do have consultants, we do have advisors, we do have people who are coaches. Why not keep them in mainstream? So retirement age 58 plus plus or 58, 60? Yes or yes?
Very political question.
Important question?
Very political question.
No, political nahi. I'm just asking. It's a panel discussion. The cameraman is also sleeping. हाँ जी? Plus plus. मतलब आगे बढ़ा दो थोड़ा सा. You can enhance it. Yes. Somebody says yes. Everybody says yes. Somebody says no. Anybody for no?
Check
no.
the age of Donald Trump.
They don't?
Donald Trump.
Sorry?
Mr. Donald Trump.
No.
I think his age is
No,
like...
I haven't brought his name on the panel. I didn't say anything. But that's also perhaps a new way of working. Okay. The next question, ladies and gentlemen, is... okay. So, by the way, I hope I'm not boring you. Because if I am, I still have 7 more minutes. So, I will continue. Okay. I think this needs a break. Can you clap for yourself, please? Please do. Please do. Once. Once for yourself. And in the last 45 minutes, there's nothing for us. Give it up for us as well, no? Thank you. I will close this panel discussion because I am prompted to respect the MC. If the future of work could speak to you, back to you in 2030, kahan gaye wo din hota hai na, the people that you speak back. So 2030, the future of work, the employees speak to you and tell you that I want to thank you for something, panelists and audiences, because you did this AMA conference, South Asia in Mumbai. Anand Diwan and his wonderful team did it. Beautiful conference. What should they thank you for instead, or apart from the lovely hospitality and the lovely lunch? So, because we are deliberating, and if we can seed it today, ladies and gentlemen, we will see a better future tomorrow. They say creating tomorrow today. Tomorrow is created today. Tomorrow also happens tomorrow, but then there's no planning, right? So if tomorrow was to be created today, and if you all and we all are supposed to be the torch bearers or the people who are for, seeding it, then what should 2030 workforce thank us for and be upset with us for? I'm going to add a twist to it. Deepa, you get ready. I'm asking you as well.
Yeah, that's a good thing. The onus lies on us. And that's true.
Of course,
we are in the position of, defining that. So I think if you'll ask me, it should be, how could I pass over to the next generation or even in 5 years, the AI and EI collaboration.
So AI and EI. So she's trying to seed in the aspects of collaboration of artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence.
Yeah, basically, AI is there. It is already arrived, so there's no running away from it. It's a beautiful tool, but at the same time, how am I going to use it? How the people right now in the next 5 years could leverage it? So, absolutely, it's like how my team leader or how a data analyst who is thorough on AI is able to make ethical decision. So that's where the AI will come.
So seeding of the relationship between AI and EI, either they'll thank you for it or they'll be upset with you.
They will be
With-
thank
with
you.
us.
No, if AI and EI collaborate, there is such a thanks.
No,
It's
so
a win-win.
if is on us, right?
Absolutely.
So if you ladies and gentlemen
Yeah,
seed
AI
it
is
well.
there, and if we, as a HR, L&D leaders, and the business leaders, if we are able to really work on these soft skills of AI and other, emotional intelligence, and a lot of things you said, like management, the critical thinking, and empathy. So what will happen? Then you know how to use that tool.
Okay,
It
I'm
will
getting
become
prompts.
a
We'll make it faster. Disha, what will the future of work thank you or get upset with us for?
Yeah, of course. They
Faster.
would be thankful for all these AI mechanism, virtual dashboards, as per I said, because it would be very transparency, clarity with the purpose what they achieved. So that's why
So
they
for
would be
seeding-
they would be thankful.
For seeding transparency and clarity through
Clarity
data.
with a purpose. Yes.
So they're asking for transparency, clarity. Bala.
See, more than the world at large, if the people who have attended the AMA today, from morning to evening, if there can be a commitment that knowledge is wealth, all of us know, but unimplemented knowledge is also a burden. So whatever that we have learned right from morning, stalwarts that we had on the dais to speak about their experiences and the way they have grown the organizations, if we can take up 3 quick wins that can be implemented in the next 90 days, I think that will become a habit over a period of 5 years.
What a wonderful closing remark from Bala, that if we can pick up something from such wonderful conferences and events, exhibitions, where we can go and implement a small aspect, even a small aspect in our day-to-day life, the future generations will thank us for. And not to forget sustainable practices, because we're all sustainability advocates here. It was a pleasure interacting with you, Deepa, Disha, Bala, and lovely audience. Thank you. I think